What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answer. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around these end times sent from the enemy. Had that strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, awesome. And if you are interested in that one-on-one Discord conversation, the information is pinned in the comment section and description down below. Good, great, awesome. So I'm going to give everybody here a quick dream that the Lord gave me this morning. All right. August the 12th. So basically I had a dream of this game that me and my best friend used to play, okay? There were also two other friends of mine that were there, but they don't have the Lord really like, I do. They don't. And it's just a lot going on with that. So basically in this game, we were fighting against adversaries, okay, defeating them on these different levels and whatnot. And it was like God redesigned the game too. So we were really going through this whole thing, the story in this game. And we beat one of the bosses. But then I said to them, and this part really stood out, this next half of the game is going to be interesting. So then we go to the other level, like we walk through and then go to the next level. But for some reason, the other two friends were going back by accident to the previous level. So it was like a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it kept happening. Like we would go to the next stage, then the other previous stage. And I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what is going on here? And me and my best friend were like, what is happening? So basically, we then get past that back and forth and we go to fight another boss. So on this game that me and my friend played, we wrote down certain things so we wouldn't have to memorize like certain codes, inputs, and whatnot when we were younger. And I still have them. It's just crazy, but it made me laugh every time because I was just talking to him about that. But yeah, I was looking for the paper that I wrote with the stuff on it and could not find it as we were fighting this boss. So I was like fighting and then trying to search, fighting, then trying to search. The other two weren't really doing too much, but me and my best friend were fighting this thing off. And then he told me, hey, this is like the code here. Like, this is how you find it. Cause he was like putting it in. I'm like, what do you do? How you find it? You memorized that? So he was showing me like, no, it just kind of popped up right here and it did this and that. And so, yeah. And then I woke up and this is what the Lord had to say about this. He says, many are in battle and seemingly defeating the first boss, as you would say. Others are struggling. Many have defeated previous bosses but won't move to the next level. They are either scared or keep going back to the things they beat/let go. In the next level, many will not know how to fight their next bosses. They are unprepared even though I give instructions and guidance. They ignore it. For this transfer, those that have ignored my instruction or guidance will not be equipped with the next level finances. Some, none at all. So those who tried to play him for a fool, and you clearly can't do that to God. Others, only enough for them to live day to day. Not responsible for other brothers and sisters. You must learn how to be more organized and prepared. There are levels to this transfer. So when the Lord says there are levels to this transfer, spiritual levels, like what are you responsible for? Can you handle that amount of warfare that comes with that responsibility? So there are levels, and there are also levels as in step 1, step 2, step 3. So it's going to be one part of the transfer, then the next part, then the next part. It's not just going to be one big thing that happens one time only. It's this is going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen. Next level, like this is going to progress over time. Like this is going to happen, that's going to happen. So God knows who's prepared right now. And I have no idea what he's got up his sleeve. So no, I don't know when. I don't know which one will go first, I couldn't tell you. So if you ask me, I'm going to just say the same thing. He's just really giving you the instructions on which ones, potentially how, in a maybe a time frame of a season to look out for. That's it. So we are very close. We in the middle of August right now. We just started, it feels like, but I've been so busy anyway that it's just been flying by for me. But yeah, levels of responsibility. So if your performance over the course of the years or months, like 3 years since 2020 and all that and so forth, whenever you've started to be tested, if your performance wasn't the greatest, then you have to understand, like, he's not going to be able to trust you with great. Okay? Like, as in, you keep going backwards and not trying to fight. Like, if you're giving up type deal, clearly, that's not good. If you've given up, if you're somebody who is being kind of foolish, and you know what God told you, but you just not doing what you're supposed to do, that reflects on the performance. God is going to look over all of this before blessings come out. Some people have already passed in August, like they're already passed. Flying colors passed, and you are already sort of seeing like results after passing. Like God is giving you those really direct glimpses of what is coming to you. Others are still getting tested and battling and struggling through it, but he's seeing the fight that you're putting up with it. And others are just, they'll see something. It's like the year has gone by, but you have a good amount of people who still did the same thing they did last year. So they haven't really progressed because they still haven't built a relationship like they were supposed to be building with him. I'm not talking about hearing the Lord's voice. I'm just saying building the relationship. Everybody's relationship is different. So, and if you've been building, if you've been communicating and speaking and calling out to him, and trusting him, if you've been doing that. So this is really going to be accountability season, reality season. Like if you are somebody who, God told you to do something and he has to repeat himself to you, you have to know that reflects on what he's going to give you, because he shouldn't have to tell you to do it 3 times. And it's not like we're talking about confirmation. We're talking about, no, it already been confirmed to you, but you ain't moving. It's going to reflect, all the boo-hooing, all the crying. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because God already told you what he expected. You knew what you were supposed to do. For those that are in line for this and, he's testing with this, you already knew. At this point, you know. So God will help you through the test so you can pass it, but you got to follow his instructions and listen. Okay? Because there's different levels to this. All right. Peace and blessings, and I will catch y'all in the next one.